Welcome back to my channel, guys. Coming to you from my basement. I'm about to make some feed for Happy. I do this every time before I go out. And then I'm gonna go ride, but I kind of wanted to show you what I feed him now because it's changed quite a bit since I moved. And since it's been about 2 months now and he's doing really well on it, I figured I would share it. If it was a failure, then obviously I'd go through some iterations first before sharing it. But yeah, let me start making his feed and I'll show you what he has now. Okay, so he now eats a ration balancer. I looked up some ration balancers for PSSM, and this is Tribute Equine Nutrition Essential K GC+. So the GC+ has glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM in it. So that's what this is, and it's just a pellet that he really likes. I give him about 2.5 pounds a day of this. Okay, so I have all my bags filled. He gets some stuff AM, different stuff for the PM, so let me just sort my bags out. I'm gonna find out a better system than this because I do find the bags to be a little bit annoying, but they've worked so far for this. Okay, so here's all our bags, ranging from 1 1/4 to 1.5 pounds because I'm not very good at measuring. And then the next thing that goes in are chia seeds. So I replaced his once a week per month psyllium with this. And the funny story is that I actually tried the psyllium because he never was really keen on eating it, and it was disgusting. So I immediately stopped the psyllium and added this, and he gets about 50, I think it's 50 grams. It's the daily serving for a horse of chia seeds. And I put that in his morning feed. So let me try to find a bag I can stick this. So yeah, he's been really enjoying this. Plus it adds omegas and a little bit of extra protein. Okay, and then his supplements have changed a little bit. He was getting a lot of salt, but because the ration balancer has almost everything in it, he gets so he gets a lot of vitamin E, and he gets an apple a day now, which is an electrolyte. So he gets that in the morning, and then in the evening he gets the other half scoop of apple a day, since he does not like a full scoop in his meal. He gets more vitamin E, and he still gets the Smart and Simple DNG. And that's it. I really simplified his feed because the ration balancer has everything in it that he needs. I don't have to add chromium. I don't have to add all the other small things that Stephanie was adding in her program for his feed. It's very low NSC. It's very, very high protein. It's actually meant for horses with PSSM type 2. And I've so far been very, very happy with the muscle and weight gain that he's had on this feed, and I do think it's making a difference in his joints with the glucosamine. So really, really happy with it, and not looking to change it at all. Might add some beet pulp or something for added fiber in the future, but otherwise I really, really like this feed and can't recommend it enough. And I just love that I'm in my basement and it's so messy. But that's where my feed stuff is. So anyways, let me continue making these bags up, and then we'll head to the barn. All right, I made it to the barn, and today I wasn't sure what I was gonna do because it's rained a lot this week, and it rained a lot overnight. So I honestly thought that I was going to be doing a helmet cam of riding in the pasture because I figured the pasture would be drained enough, but I think the arena is open. So if the arena is open, we'll continue doing more of what I've been working on, which has been really fun and exciting to do, like all the restarting. And I cantered him. I don't know if you saw my recent short, but I cantered him this week and he was so good. So I'm looking forward to doing that more and getting a little bit more contact in the canter with him. But right now I have a lot of errands. So I just went and got some bedding for him. I feel like I need to supplement the bedding a little bit here. Even though everything's great at this boarding barn, there's a few things, as with any place that you're boarding at, that I like to add. So I add a little bit of bedding. So I went and got that. I'm going to clean a stall, put more bedding in, probably turn him out because I don't think anybody's out right now. And then I'll grab him and we will tack up and ride. So here we go. Pony in tow. Going to Turnout. He's coming down to heel. Good pony. Yeah, you excited? Well, you know, you may have already been turned out today. Who knows? I don't know for sure. Alright, so I finished cleaning his stall. It was actually very clean. I just added one bag because I didn't really feel like he had quite a bit of bedding in here anyways. Sorry, my phone's doing dumb things. So I think now I'll get all my tack out and I'll go grab him from Turnout and we'll get ready to ride. So yeah, let me go do that. sorry about this voiceover possibly being noisy. My dog is going nuts in the background. But anyways, I am so happy with how happy he's moving, and I'm happy with how straight I have been lately. So I have felt like I have been a lot straighter in my seat bones and my rib cage and my arms than I normally am. And I think it's all due to trying to really hard to follow his motion and not get ahead of him. He's been doing really well, so I started using a Benefab pull band. Oh, here's my friend. She stopped to say hi to me. I used to board with her at another property. But I started using a Benefab pull band, and it's really made a difference for him, actually. I feel like it's helped him to loosen up some tension in his pole area when we ride, and he's been more apt to stretch into the contact at the walk, which he never did. And then, of course, at the trot as well. Still haven't gotten a good stretch at the canter, but I think that's more of a strength thing than anything. But he was incredibly behind my leg today, but what's funny is watching this video back is that he doesn't look like he was behind my leg, but oh my goodness, he was like really difficult to get moving, and he was just not feeling it on this day until we started jumping. Then he got really ahead of my leg and was like really awesome. But I'm super proud with how this canter looks. I think that all the work I've been doing with getting his shoulders more loose and getting him to be a little bit more ahead of my leg, and realize that it's not just, arena is not just a torture chamber where we just trot and canter in circles forever and ever, has been really good for
Alright,
him.
so mid-ride perspective, this horse is incredibly lazy today. He'll get off my leg if I ask him to, but whew, he's lazy. Hanging on me, mentally just kind of dead. Having some really lovely moments, but whew, he is really dead. So I don't know if we're gonna make it over that jump or not. I guess that's to be determined at this point in time.
Okay, I realized that I needed to put a ground pole in, or like a guide pole, ground pole, so that he could see the distance better and I could see the distance better. So that definitely you'll see in the next clips really helped him. What I found very interesting about this ride was I had that really nice right lead canter, but I wasn't really riding to the fence. And so when I took him to the fence, he was like, oh my God, what the heck? It's like right in front of me. He wasn't expecting to jump. And then what was fascinating to me was after he got to that point and refused and was worried, he got really worried. And like you'll notice, I left in that he was spooking and pacing and being really worried about that area, about the jump school and storage area and everything. And I think that that's just all part of like, I never noticed, I guess, that he used to get super anxious about stuff like that. And I would just think it was out of nowhere and it was like him being naughty or him just not wanting to do the work. But I think taking a step back with him the last couple weeks and like really kind of getting to know like how he is in the arenas, which it sounds ridiculous that in the 4 years I've owned him, I've never done this, but in the 4 years I've owned him, I've never done this. So I've always just assumed that his spooking was him being dumb or wanting to get out of work, when in reality, I think either he gets anxious about something that we're doing in the arena, and so then he starts to look for reasons to be anxious, or something happens that we're doing when we're riding, he gets the answer incorrect, like refusing the jump, even though he knew he should have jumped it after he refused it, got worried, and then decided that he needed to be, that everything around him was scary. So it's something that we've definitely been working really hard on to get him to not be as worried. As of the last couple of rides from this video, this vlog, there have been so many people stopping on this roadside of the arena. This is him trying to canter, he's not lame. Stopping on this roadside of the arena with their kids and hiding behind that tree and spooking the crap out of him. So it's been really good work to get him to ride out there and just walk and like be okay with people being there. But yeah, he has a lot of work to do with being able to be comfortable with having the wrong answer happen and being able to try a second time, and also just having a lot of distractions. So to the right, he was doing what he typically does and drop his shoulder when we come around to the fence, which I think is a lot to do with how I ride, but also I think just how he is. So I put the pole there, which then spooked him, which that would have been such a nice approach if he hadn't spooked at that pole. But this last one that he did was beautiful, and we ended on it. And I'm definitely going to try this week to work over some elevated canter poles, probably set as a bounce, and then work on the approach to be a little straighter, and hopefully he won't be cutting the corner. But oh my gosh, just so beautiful how he jumped that. Anyway, so over the moon with how he's doing, and just so happy with him. He's such a great boy.
Alright, cool and happy out. That was an interesting experiment. Haven't jumped, obviously, like as everyone knows, in about 3 weeks, and I did half that height, so this is about 2 feet, maybe 2'1", which I think is like maybe 65, 70 centimeters. And I thought it'd be fun to incorporate that today because I felt a little bit like we were getting a little bored just doing the flat work around and around, and I wanted to see if I could get a little more collection at the trot, which I think we did. I haven't watched the video yet, but what I felt was pretty good. I had some really nice steps at the walk where I pushed him into the contact and I felt like he actually lifted a little more with his shoulders. Only a couple steps, but that's, hey, better than nothing. And then I wanted to do that single fence just because it's fun, and I wanted us to break up the routine that we've been doing for like the last 2 weeks. So that was our breakup, and it was a really good time. He jumped pretty loosely in the sense of I didn't feel like he's as tight over fences as he was when we left Stephanie's. I'm definitely not as tight over fences at all. My position was all over the place. This footing is very deep too, so it's kind of difficult to get out of. So I'm not sure we'll jump any higher than that because that was like struggling. But yeah, he did really good today. I'm really happy with him. I'm just gonna cool out now and then probably hose him and maybe wash his mane. But yeah, he was really good. I'm really happy with the ride today. Sweaty parts off of Hanky, and I'm gonna use this on his body, which I really like because it doesn't make the tingliness, it just kind of warms things up and has pain relief.
And then I'm gonna use this on his legs, obviously, because it's gel. And he jumped, and he need it. And he's a good boy. Huh, Hopper? Best boy. Alright guys, just as a quick recap, I had a really good ride on Happy today. He was just a little bit lazy, but got ahead of my leg when I asked him to. And he felt pretty good in the bridle. He was a little heavy, but I think he's still kind of learning where he needs to be and physically for the right type of contact and connection. We did jump today. I did 1 2-foot fence and it went really well. I mean, we're both super out of shape and like you'll see it in the video. Obviously, you've already seen it. I would like to do more of it, but I just feel like this arena footing is really deep and I worry about injuries and things like that that could happen if I do anything larger than what I did today. So I may just work on poles and lower things in the future, but he's good. I put his liniment on, he had a small little hose off, and now he's in turnout, I guess, until they feed, and he'll have a great rest of the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so glad that you came along with this vlog with us, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and comment if you feel like you want to. Thank you guys so much.